5 underrated fights at UFC Fight Night VanZant vs. Waterson. Everyone knows how great the UFC Fight Night in Sacramento main event is between Michelle Waterson and Paige VanZant. And don't forget welterweight stud Sage Northcutt and Mickey Gall in the co-main event. But let's take a closer look at the fight card and 5 other bouts that could end up stealing the show. Jouban vs Mike Perry in what should be an absolute banger and my pick for fight of the night. Jouban faces Mike Perry in a welterweight bout to kick off the UFC Fight Night from Sacramento main card. Jouban and Perry are both relentless strikers who fight at a frenetic pace from bell to bell. Perry has KO'd both of his UFC opponents thanks to his heavy hands and lands an absurd 6.61 strikes per minute. Jouban, who lands 5.31 strikes per minute himself, is 5-2 in the UFC and has 3 fight of the night bonuses under his belt. This fight should be extremely entertaining, however long it lasts. Bryan Barberena vs. Colby Covington. Bryan Barberena shocked a lot of people when he beat Sage Northcutt in January and carried that momentum into his bout against highly touted Brazilian Warley Alvarez and proceeded to put on a striking clinic. It's time fans stop sleeping on Barberena. This time around, he'll face grappling ace Colby Covington. Covington has completed 11 takedowns in his last 2 fights and will surely look to planet Barberena on his butt and keep him there. He likes to finish with heavy ground and pound, and like Barberena, can pull off some pretty slick submissions too. Another great matchup between equally talented prospects. Leslie Smith vs Irene Aldana. Leslie Smith and Irene Aldana are both featured on our list of top prospects for the new women's featherweight division, but they'll face off in a bantamweight bout on Saturday in the first fight on the FS1 prelims. Smith is a hard-nosed grinder, and currently the only bantamweight on the roster with the confidence to step up and fight all-time great Chris Cyborg. Aldana will be a new face to many UFC fans, but she's been fighting under the Invicta FC banner for the last few years and absolutely killing it. Smith vs. Aldana should remind fans just how entertaining Smith is, while introducing fans to an exciting new prospect. Eddie Wineland vs. Takia. Mizugaki. Top 15 bantamweights square off in a bout that will likely see the loser fall out of the rankings altogether. Wineland is a brawler in every sense of the word and is fresh off a third-round TKO win against Frankie Steens in a bonus-winning performance. He's aged and slowed down a bit, but still has that power that helped him win the WEC title back in 2006. Mizugaki has won 6 of his last 9, with his only losses coming against top bantamweights Cody Garbrandt, Aljamain Sterling and Dominic Cruz. He's a crafty fighter with a ton of experience that could give Wineland problems with his counter-striking. This fight headlines the UFC Fight Pass prelims, and rightfully so. Josh Emmett vs. Scott Holtzman. In just first bout in the UFC Team Alpha Males, Josh Emmett burst on the scene with a hard-fought split decision win over veteran John Tuck. Before that fight, Emmett had never lost a round in a professional fight, en route to a perfect 9-0 record. His opponent, Holtzman, will be looking for his 3rd UFC win on Saturday night. As a former professional hockey player, Holtzman has above-average athleticism and fights with scary aggression. Catch them duke it out on the FS1 prelims.